Hey guys, how's it going? So the other day, I was kind of scrolling through Facebook and going through looking at different things, checking for orders for me. And I came across it was either it must not have been a marketplace, like a swap page or the local discussion page. Somebody on there had posted pictures of green onions. And they were talking about how small they were and just how limp they looked and just didn't look good. So when I was at the grocery store the other day, just for funsies, I looked at the price of them because I haven't bought them in years. I had no clue, and the reason why I haven't bought them in years, which is kind of leading into why I'm doing this video, because I thought everybody knew this secret. I didn't think it was like a secret. I just thought everybody knew it, that you can actually grow. Anyways, let me get back to the store. So the price in the store were, I think they might have been $1 a bundle. Here's the prices that I ended up seeing. And this is a little store closer to our home. Now, we live out in the sticks, so prices here are just a little bit higher than like if you go to a Meijer's or Kroger's, Walmart. I haven't been to Walmart in a while, so I don't know their prices. But I honestly thought everybody knew the secret. And so David and I were talking, and I said, I can't believe these people are paying these ridiculous prices when you can grow these like for free and they're constantly growing. I wonder how many people don't know this trick. So typically we grow a ton of onions in our garden. So I have onions in my pantry that are starting to sprout. Guys, those are edible. A lot of people don't know that. But if you look, here's just a small bundle that I have. And you don't have to stick them in dirt. I'm going to show you another way that I do it. We eat a ton of these greens. We're primarily carnivore keto, so we don't eat a ton of vegetables. But it's nice to throw a little bit of green on top of something that you're eating. Gives it a teeny tiny bit of flavor. But they grow prolifically. And so you can see how big the stalks are on these. And if you cut this down, that's a green onion for you. And it tastes just like a green onion. It's amazing. And then if you leave that there, you can see where I've cut other pieces off and they just shoot more up. Let me grab my other thing and I'll show you how I do that one too. This is an old bread making bowl that I got from a good family friend that kind of took over the mom role for us and our family. Absolutely love her name's Joan. And they gave me this bowl years ago, and I don't make bread, but I love the bowl, and I love that when I see this bowl, I think of them. So we used to put fruit in there, but we really don't eat a whole lot of fruit now. So I just put my little onions in there, and you can see how crazy they've gone already. You don't have to stick them in dirt. I just love the look of it, and I think it's kind of cool. But you can see where I've cut down these onions and how they've sprouted right back. This will start to get soft, and when it just gets too soft, I'll just pitch it out of there. Let me show you how I grow them over on my herb, where I grow my herb garden at. Right, so this is on the inside of my house. I just pull in just some herbs and some plants that I want to have access to during the winter time. But I'll show you, here's another pot of onions. Look at all those greens. Isn't that crazy? I have another one. Let's see. Up here. See, I've got a little parsley back there, some rosemary. What else do we have in here? There's some mint right there. This right here is rosemary. This is an olive tree back here. This right here. This right here. Let's see. Somewhere else I have another a bay plant. Oh, right here in the front. You can see it's starting to really take off. This is bay leaf, so anytime I cook, I can throw a fresh bay leaf in there. Another rosemary plant. Cinnamon down here on the bottom, just a baby plant. Snake plant, some sage, more rosemary. And then I'm going to show you another spot. Here's another spot. Here's another spot where I've got just some rosemary planted, some thyme. And then you'll see here, this is a celery. And again, we don't eat a ton of vegetables, so every once in a while I might put a little bit of this in some chicken salad just for the crunch. But this was a celery, the head of a celery that I planted, and this is what came out of it. And it's not a ton, but it's just enough for when you want a little bit of that green, you got it. All right, so what do I do with all these greens now that they're in abundance like this? Most of the time, if I'm just growing a small pot like this, I'll just, if I'm making eggs or something like that, I'll just come over here and I'll snip a couple, and I try not to take them all at once, even though it doesn't seem to matter. You can see, like on this one, I obviously chopped it down. It doesn't kill them, and if it does, I got so many of them, it really doesn't matter. But typically I'll try to take 2 or 3 of the taller ones, clip those, and then I'll use those for whatever dish I'm making. If we want green onions for dinner, just as, you know, if you just want it for like the side, you can cut that off right there, and that's your green onion. What's kind of cool with those is you can take and cut them, put them in water, and then the ends of them will frill out. You can set that on your plate. It's just a pretty. All right, let me show you what we do when we get a lot of these. So here's one of the onions. If I'm going to use this for eating, I'll just come in like this. There you go. This I'll just set back in my bowl. These other ones, where this is kind of dried off, it's not too bad. So, but I just, so as I mentioned earlier, if I'm going to only, let's pretend this one was still on the plant. If I'm just going to eat them for dinner, I just want a couple pieces. I'm going to grab, let's see here. I would grab the 2 longer pieces and let the other ones grow. And then I would just take these over my eggs or whatever, and just makes it easier to cut, so you have to cut twice as much. And I'm going to show you the difference between a cut like this, where it's straight across, or they call this cutting it on the bias. Now watch the difference. You probably can't see the difference, but see how if you cut it on an angle, now you can't normally, when you're drying them, you won't be able to tell that these are cut fancy. But the difference between that and that angular cut on the bias, it just looks a little bit prettier. So these have gone probably 4 hours, 5 hours. You can kind of see how they look, nice and dried. I just check them when they're nice and crunchy, they're done. And then I just put them in a mason jar with a lid on them. If I'm going to store them for, I don't know, more than a couple of months, which I normally don't, we use them up, and we've constantly got onions, green onions that are growing like this, you really don't have to store them. But that's it. It's so easy. And I looked at the prices and I thought, holy cow, I've got a little gold mine here. All right, guys, what did you think of that? Did anybody else know about this secret? I didn't even know it was a secret. But it's a way to utilize, if you've got onions, you bought those onions from the store, you haven't used them all up, you got a couple that start to sprout, people throw those away. Stick them on your counter, stick them in a bowl. They don't need the dirt. If you happen to have dirt laying around, throw them in there, and I throw a little bit of water in here. I don't know that I notice much of a difference, other than the fact that I think it's kind of cool to have this setting out. It's a good conversation piece. When I have people come over, they've said, why are you doing that? And when I explain to them what I'm doing, you would not believe how many people have said, oh my gosh, I've never heard of that, or I've never thought about that. So this is just one of those things that as I'm kind of putzing through the day, I thought, you know, I'm going to share that with my friends out here, and maybe you guys will do this. Maybe you won't. Maybe you don't care. I just thought it was kind of cool, but I'll tell you what, I'm never buying green onions again in the store. I don't have to. All right, guys, so until next time, keep on keeping on. To fancy this up, you basically try to do six or eight. Oh, that one's not going to work. It was too short. Okay. Let's try this one. I'm going half the other way. And then again, between each cut here, I'm going to try to go again. Can you see how that worked out? So we'll put that in cold water, and then what'll happen is it should all come up like a little bloom, and it just looks really pretty on the plate. We'll see what it does with 4. I don't know if it'll be big enough, but we'll see. My knife's not very sharp. The other thing you can do too is just do like little stubbies. So we'll see what a little stubby looks like on the plate too. That should be pretty. All right, we'll stick this in the refrigerator and we'll come back. Let's take a look at the onions that I cut up. See how that looks. See if you had that on a plate like that. That might be pretty. Let's look at some of these fancier ones and see how they did. Just gives it a different look.